Hello, hello, Gemini. Welcome to your June 2019 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Gemini. And before I get started and lay this spread out, I just want to let you guys know that I have a podcast out now. I am very, very excited to share it with you, so I hope you guys check it out. All of the details are in the description box, and I'm also going to let you guys know at the tail end of this video some other stuff that I have going on. So I am going to lay this spread out really quickly, and then we will get started. Okay, so business as usual. Let's go ahead and start with a truth bomb. I'm going to pull these oracle cards, and while I do this, just go ahead, tune in with your body, maybe take a deep breath, feel into whatever information needs to come up for you this month. Maybe you have a specific question in mind or something that you're wanting to get out of today's reading. Just notice anything that wants to make an appearance. And then because it is your birthday month, please stay tuned until the end because I will be pulling a special birthday card for your sign because it is Gemini season. So with the truth bomb, let's get started. Having high standards works wonders. Do not settle this month. If you have asked for something and the universe is trying to deliver it to you, you can't lower your standards if you still want that thing. Otherwise, the universe is going to say, oh, you're accepting something less than, and then you're going to have to do the process all over again. So make sure when you ask for something, you set the bar, you set the standard where it needs to be, and then forget the rest. Now, the spirit animal card for you, I know you guys voted for this on Instagram, this deck. So let's see what's coming up for Gemini. We have the elephant, focusing on foundation. Elephants are very family-oriented, foundation-oriented, kind of long haul, big picture is the name of the game for elephants. So I'm seeing this as part of what you're doing with your standards. Having these high is creating a foundation for you to build on. Remember that things are only going to improve, they're only going to get better, so long as you're keeping your foundation really solid and you're keeping your standards where they need to be. The universe will only trade up. And then we have initiate as the word of the month. Just get started. A beginning only takes a moment. Assign yourself the title now. Choose to align with the joyful discovery that awaits you on the journey ahead. So take initiative, really release perfectionism. That is not going to work for you this month. Keep your standards high, but understand that when it comes to you taking action for yourself, you can't sit and read about a concept and expect to get good at it. You want to actually make the attempt, take the action, take the initiative to get started, and that's how you're going to get the most data, and that's how you're going to essentially get to where you want to go. Now, the central energy for you this month is the Chariot. Forward movement. Might feel a little bit chaotic this month, or kind of like you're flying by the seat of your pants. That's what the Chariot represents. So just be aware that even though that's the energy of it this month, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that it's going to be in the process of moving, and you can keep yourself grounded throughout this month. It's just getting started might feel a little bit reckless, or like you don't know what's going on or how things are going to unfold as a result. So it's okay for you to just go for it, see what happens, know that you're going to move in the right direction regardless of how much information or clarity you have about it. You just want to take the steps forward. What you have shifting out this month is the Two of Wands. This is contemplation. So the Two of Wands is about like sitting around and planning, or like waiting for things to happen, waiting for things to come in. I can tell you this is probably because Taurus season is over. So the slower the slower energy of like building and just trying to chip away at things or marinate with things and trying to map it out is done. This is the month for action. So you're moving from that slower pace into a faster pace this month. June, I imagine, is going to fly by, which is why you want to keep your standards up this month. Do not settle. And then the oncoming energy for you is the Page of Wands. So it's okay for you to go through and evaluate as you go. You don't have to know everything right away or have all the information immediately. I know that that can be challenging if you have a lot of Gemini placements, but understand that you're going to have to kind of fail forward. You're going to have to just chip away at whatever it is that you're doing and know that you can evaluate as you go. So it's kind of like a cycle of map it out, plan it out, take action, take action, take action, and then evaluate again, map out your next step, take action, take action, take action. And that's the cycle that we're seeing arrive here. So it's all coming together, but remember, action and initiation is going to be way more powerful than contemplation for you this month. Now I'm using this spread a little bit loosely this month. It's not super rigid. I'm just kind of using these cards to give a little bit of context, like the outside world, what else you have going on in your sphere this month. So we have the Eight of Cups. This is a change in perspective. So something is shifting in terms of the way you think about it. So the cerebral and emotional experience is what's under construction. And then we also have the Five of Wands, friction. You guys know how much I love this card if you've been on my channel for a while. So the Five of Wands is that point where conflict exists, and that's where you can really build. So this could be something about seeing the obstacle as the way through or the path to your goal, the way to get to where you're going. You want to have that friction there because it's going to level you up. It's going to push you to gain that skill set that you need to get to the next level of where you want to go. So don't view challenges as like a sign that you should just throw in the towel. It's just about learning and getting that information that you need. I'm going to clarify both of these and just pull one card for each, or for both of these together, because I think these two are playing a little bit. And we have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Spring is equivalent to the Two of Wands in this deck. And I'm seeing that it's kind of like fighting to evolve. So the Two of Wands is sitting here, and I get it as like the old way is comfortable. The old way is kind of where the friction is existing, because it's kind of like falling back to old patterns and old behaviors is very easy and comfortable, but that doesn't mean it's going to propel you forward. So you need to think about this differently. If you're experiencing friction, resistance, frustration, it's a point where you have an opportunity to grow. So don't go back to planning and thinking and thinking and thinking about it. Instead, you're going to want to continue to take action through the discomfort and friction. And that's how you're really going to see some big things blossom as a result. Now we also have Judgment. Okay, so final decisions and clarity. And then we have Strength. Okay, so this to me is speaking more to the standards card that we have popping up here, because if you decide and you're very clear about what you want and you place that order for the things that you would like to see emerge, you need to sit in that conviction so that you're able to see it materialize in the physical world. If you're not giving it enough time to brew and percolate, then you're really going to be in a bad position, right? Because then it's just going to be like, no, let me think about it some more. Let me contemplate some more. And that's actually a bad move. So you want to make sure that you're making a decision, you're sticking to it, you're staying with what it is that you're calling in. Expect it to arrive. You don't need to lower your standards to like, oh, well, I don't think this thing can come through in the way I want it to. So it's kind of like you're going to need to take action as it's being given to you, right? You can't be still and expect things to go your way. But if you're taking the right action and you're keeping your standards high and you're trusting and believing that it's going to appear, then it will. So then, to clarify these down here, we have the Hierophant. This is boundaries and structure. Make sure you're being really, I don't want to say rigid, because that kind of has a negative connotation, but you are, try to focus a little bit more energy on your personal boundaries, your personal structure, because that's going to indicate what it is that you manifest. Do not forget that the fastest way to manifest something is to take action and do it consistently, but you're going to want to get into that intuitive space, quiet the mind so you understand what exactly it is that you need to do next, and that's going to be the thing that propels you forward. Now, let's get into the timeline. So if you're new to my channel, first of all, hello and welcome. And we have the first quarter, second, third, and fourth quarter of June. It's about a week, but kind of fluid because time is fluid. So first quarter of June, you have the Three of Cups. This is social, inspiration, clarity. I'm getting like time with friends. Maybe you have parties, or maybe it's wedding season wherever you're at. And so you have a lot of social activities to do, lots of things, people, places, and stuff to do and things to see. So this is just highlighting the social aspect of what it is that you're doing. I think this is like a good place to recharge. If you need to take a break, I would do it in the first quarter of June. That's going to work to your favor. Now, quarter two, we have the Nine of Cups. Ask and you shall receive. If you'd like, you can pause the video, make a wish if you want. This is the wishes fulfilled card. So this is a good time to take risks. Whenever the Nine of Cups comes up, it's like, oh, this is when you want to play big. This is when you want to take action, even if it's scary, because this is where you're going to have the most luck on your side. So whatever you've been asking for, whatever clarity you want to have about something, this is when you're more likely to get it. And so I would strongly, strongly, strongly recommend that you try to schedule things accordingly, because that's really going to help you this month. This is where it's like you want to go to that event, you want to reach out to that person, you want to submit that application. Do that second quarter. Quarter three, we have the Son of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords in a normal deck. And I'm getting this as new ideas and inspiration come through. And one of two things this is going to show up for you as, and you want to pay really close attention. Is this divinely guided action when this time arises? Is it divinely guided action, or is this a distraction? Because those two things are very different, and they could either propel you forward or hold you back. So you want to make sure that you're really keeping a close eye on what exactly are you doing with this, energetically speaking. And it's this is definitely going to be working in your favor one way or another. It's just going to require that self-awareness so that you can say, oh, I know what this is. This is, you know, that intuitive hit that I need, or that idea that's going to get me to the next level. But if you have 50,000 projects and then all of a sudden you get more information, jot them down on a notebook or a piece of paper and set them aside. Shelf the ideas, because we can only do so much at one time. Just know where you're at with this. And then wrapping up the month of June, we have the Son of Pentacles. There you go. So this is the stability, the structure, getting into the grounded side of things and taking action that's aligned with you. That's the important piece. So you may have the idea, the inspiration, but it's about taking consistent action that's really going to put you in a position that takes you to the next level, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, so now I'm going to do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to ask a question, whatever it is that you would like. If you need more time, you're welcome to pause the video. But card number 1, we have the Hermit. Beware of contemplation. I was reading earlier that contemplation can probably be an issue this month. Like if you're contemplating instead of initiating, instead of taking action, that's not actually what builds a foundation. This is a distraction. So if you're like, no, I need to read more about it, or I need to get more information, that is true sometimes, but I'm getting that for this month, it's more than likely going to be you need to take action rather than you need to get more information. That is not the way this is working. Card number 2, the 2 of Pentacles. So again, this is very similar, like contemplation or thinking about, this or that. This is where being in a mutable season and as having mutable qualities, since you're a Gemini, can actually work to your disadvantage because too much contemplation prevents action. The better strategy for you this month is to pick one. It doesn't matter. Like flip a coin if you want, if you can't decide. If it doesn't work out, then you can go the other direction. Or it's kind of like if you're trying to decide between 2 jobs, just go with your gut. Like just ask yourself, don't even think about it. Which one do you want to do? Take that avenue. And then if it doesn't work out, manifest something better. Trust that God, universe, divine source is sending something better, that it's on its way already. And so the 2 of Pentacles is just saying, no more contemplation, just decide, just pick one. Because it's kind of like this is going to be a time vacuum if you're not careful. Card number 3, 4 of Cups. Hey, you have opportunities, you have stuff coming your way, but this month is about overthinking. Like if you're overthinking it or if you're wavering too much, you might be turning down things that you've been asking for. It's okay if what you've been asking for no longer resonates with you, or if that doesn't seem like the right fit for you. That's completely okay. But just be aware that you might actually be saying no to something that you've been wanting. So try to check in with yourself and see where are you at with that exactly. And then that's going to give you a whole lot of clarity on what to do next, where to go, how to be, and what to manifest ultimately. Now, happy birthday for those of you that have birthdays coming up or who have already had birthdays. I am pulling a card for you. Oh my God. 2 of Tomes. Okay, so this is equivalent to the 2 of Pentacles. This is like the challenge for you all in all. Because I'm getting that like this is actually a much bigger theme than what I thought it was going to be for you. Remember that taking action is going to give you clarity faster than thinking. Taking action and initiating is going to give you more information and more data than contemplating. Contemplation and overthinking and marinating or not making a decision or wavering on something is going to act as a distraction. So make sure that you check in with yourself even at every step of the way so that you can kind of evaluate, what am I really doing here? What is my actual motive? Why am I seeking out so much information? It's kind of like if you've ever done something like if you wanted to start a new hobby, or like if you wanted to knit or draw, instead of actually doing the thing and practicing, you start looking up knitting patterns or types of yarn or types of needles and learning everything about that instead, or seeking information about anything that you like, looking up stuff to draw rather than actually drawing. So you want to be careful with stuff like that. Be highly, highly conscious of that wherever you feel like you get stuck in the thinking hole. And that's when you can pull yourself out by just taking one small step or initiating one small action every day. And you're going to see way more progress than you ever could have realized. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. I always, always, always appreciate you, and it is such an honor being able to do these readings for you. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram at Onyx Healing. There's been lots of good stuff going on over there, so make sure you check that out. And just so you guys know, I have made a lot of changes to my website and what exactly I'm offering. So I'm doing way more work with people one-on-one in individual sessions. I have been dialing back the private email tarot spreads that I was doing. I am really taking a step back from those and working with people one-on-one. But if you are interested in doing some energetic healing with me and more of the deep healing work, that is absolutely what I'm available for. And don't forget, I still do lots of tarot on Patreon. There's weekly sign-specific readings, as well as the monthly love and relationship readings for every sign. They're big readings like this. So all of the links for that are in the description box. I hope you check all of that out if you're interested. There's lots and lots of varieties and options for everybody. And don't forget, I have a podcast out now. The link for that is also in the description box. Please check that out. I hope you guys enjoy it. And until next time, I wish you nothing but the best, everybody. Have a wonderful June, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.